Leo, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading here on the Astroflower, the weekly reading going from the 29th to the 4th of August. Happy birthday to all of you having your birthday this week. This is a good time for those of you who had your birthday in the first week, because the energy will be returning to you. It happens every year, a week usually after your birthday period, after your birthday. And for those of you having your birthday this week, it's now opening the trap door and starting to get on. For those of you who've got your birthday still to come up in the last couple of weeks of Leo, there's maybe a few adjustments that you need to do for your future plan. You should look at it like the new year, and with all your good new year resolutions, basically. Let's just see what's going on for you anyway this week here. We've got the overall energies here. The karmic message for your relationship side, karmic message for your financial side, influence in the universe, past self, future self, and the message, all the lessons that can come out of this week here. Let's just see what's going on here. There's something growing and it's nurturing it at the moment. And it's nurturing it with some very nice light. You're bringing forth a lot of light from within you, a lot of understanding or a lot of intuition, and it's giving birth to something that's going to be quite solid or permanent within your life at the moment. Four of Pentacles, yes, it's coming up for a lot of people, the Four of Pentacles in this week's reading. A lot of the fours and a lot of sevens coming out, and there's also quite a few tens. It just seems to be, that sort of seems to be playing at the moment. And here you get the Four of Pentacles. Are you holding on to something too tightly? No, I don't think that. I don't get that at all. What I get is more of a case of like that you've got a level head of your physical engagement in life. That's what that is. You've got a level heart according to what you're engaging in life, and you've got your feet level and firmly on the ground about life and what you're feeling and what you want to invest. And that's also within your relationship side as much as in your financial side. Okay, so at the overall energy here is sort of saying, be very discerning about how you invest your time, money, effort, emotions, energy, everything into your life. That could be the financial side or your relationship side. Doesn't really matter. Okay, it's on both sides. The overall energies, on your relationship side, the universal energies, they're asking you to come out. They're really asking. They're almost sort of like tempting you in this respect here. And some things are not worth taking. And this is where maybe you need you need to use that intuition that within you in order to get that level-headedness about things. Your karmic message is also playing into the universal energy, so it is playing outwards, and this is a fixed thing I've noticed more than anything else. It seems to be down to the qualities fixed, mutable, and cardinal. So Leo, you're a fellow fixed sign along with Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. But it seems to be playing out here where it's sort of like you've got to go out and get it, but you've got to be wise of how you go about it or what you invest in. Your past self here is pushing towards the understanding or the lessons that needs to be learned out this week. So there's a lot of understanding coming through about what you've experienced, what you've had in the way of relationships, what emotional experience you've had, what spiritual experiences you've had, and everything like that. It's going to help you to make the decisions in order to mold what you want out of life. And your future self here, your future self is doing a real curveball. It's pulling outwards, but it's normally it pulls out to the front because it's the future. But here it's pulling out almost to alignment with your side. I think your future is almost sort of saying here is the impression I'm getting off it is like you're finally getting into a line with what you expect out of life. Okay, and your lessons that come out of this week here is. It's all about the passions, and it's playing into a karmic path here. I think it's the decisions you make and the way in which you engage. So let's say you meet someone for the first time, and this person could be a friend, this person could be a partner, but this also person could be someone that you don't really need to know, or someone you don't actually like. And I think that is the decisions you've got to be making this week, because you're going to avoid, if you're inside you just thinking, I just really don't like this person in my life, and you've only just met them, why waste the next 6 years realizing that all the way through and then kind of like finally move away and kind of go, actually I realized that right at the beginning. And listen to yourself. I think this is what the overall, the lessons is sort of playing to here, sort of saying, be very discerning about how you sort of invest your time in life. yeah, you have a lot on your karmic path. You have a lot of knowledge, understanding, a lot of experiences in life. It seems like they're all coming together, dovetailing together in your future. So you're really getting into alignment with yourself, and you're in a position of power because it's you who's deciding where you put your investments in, and it's very much on the physical side of life. Whew. Look at that. The universe gives you the death, dumb and blind, the death and rebirth card. It's like this is everything, all your relationships that you've got around you at the moment. It's almost as like with this birthday season that's coming up, it's almost as like you've got a chance to sort of refresh everything, as if to sort of say, do you know what, I've been with this, you know, had this person who's been in my life, even if it's just as a friend. They're a pain in the backside. I don't really like them. I don't really want to orientate my way to there, and therefore it's giving the death to certain things, but it's giving a new form, a lease of life to other parts of your relationships. So, and that could be with family members, or it could be with other friends, or it could be with a new partner, or renewing an old partner, you know, or renewing the love with the person that you're actually with, you know, whatever it is. But there seems to be a streamlining effect that needs to be going on here. On your past self, you've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is playing into that whole sort of thing of healthy boundaries, about being very honest with yourself about how you invest your time and money and effort into things. And this, your future self, you get the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, the thing about the Queen of Swords for me is that she is making her own pathway here. She's not necessarily, she's following her own logic. She's not necessarily following blindly the coincidences and life and kind of universe, or the energy is just sort of like opening the pathway and you just follow what energy says. This is you making a clear decision about what you want. The clearer you can be with yourself, the brighter the future will be. And yeah, this is what's giving you that healing. And I think this is what this healing is all about, sort of the death and rebirth. I think some things are being, you know, dead, done and dusted with. There's most people there that are no longer, you know, as the horse comes through, they sort of like collapse to the ground. But there's one person, you know, there's one person, like this child is just looking up at the horse as if to sort of say, oh look, hello, who are you? You're new. And that's what the rebirth is all about. And I think that's what that's all about. It's giving you, it's rebirthing, and that's what giving, rebirthing you and giving you that healing factor going on. And you do have the 2 4s going on there. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. Karmic path here wants to convert the old, or the ideas that you've been working on for some time into the future, into reality. But it actually does play out between how you interact with the outside world, how you interact with your higher spirit, with your, you know, with your inner soul, about what you're doing as a career path, as a business, as a project. It's got to really matter to you more than anything else, I think. And I think this is where it's coming into a karmic path, where it's making it very, very clear to you, almost like a judgment card, like an ascension moment, sort of, more than anything else. The universe here is also, it's playing out as well. So it's pulling out as well. It's interacting with the outside world. And I think this is what this is, karmic path is all about. You've got to go out there and get it, I think, more than anything else. And I think if you do, the universe will really help you. The past self is also playing slightly outside. So there's obviously things that are tied into people, businesses, like contracts you've already got for a certain business, or you know, starting up a loan, therefore you're tied to a bank and for your business and so forth, or investors or whatever, or starting up a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Whatever it is, you've got this idea that you're learning a lot from the past, but at the same time there's a connection to things or people or contracts that you still need to nurture in order to get your good results. And your future self is like a fountain, a beautiful fountain of a spring water. It's like a spring, and it's very refreshing. I almost want to turn it over now. It's really refreshing. It's giving, you know, it's going for a massive walk in the sunshine and then coming to a spring, and there's this just beautiful, clear, crystalline water bubbling up, and you drink it all up. It's absolutely lovely. What's the message for this? This is a really good opportunity there. Really resourcing and refreshing opportunity in your future. The lesson out of this week here, well, it plays into your future, but it also plays into your future to these people that, or this situation that you're connected to in your past, that you can't just get rid of just like that. And I think you've got to make these decisions, or you've got to learn how to integrate those people, those contracts, that career path, whatever it is you're doing, that house you've bought, into your future plans. Okay? On your karmic path, you get the Three of Swords. I'm not sure that these things that you're connected to the past is actually, it's not the most joyous part of the situation. And I think your karmic path here is sort of saying you need to arrange that side of it. Those connections that you do have with the past in order to liberate your future. Because it is a very liberating future. And I think maybe you have to sometimes we have to go through difficulties to see the good stuff. But I have every faith in you that you can do this, because you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords over that side, on your relationship side, and more than anything else, the Four of Pentacles. It's a very fixed card. It's square, and it will suit you incredibly well. Yeah, as I said, the universe here is pulling you out to that sort of side there. I think there's things that you need to deal with in the past that, with people, situations, it could be a partner that hasn't been doing, a business partner that hasn't been doing you well, or a colleague that hasn't been doing you well, or a customer or a client, or even a supplier that has just been tricking you or whatever. It just seems like there's something that needs to be revealed from the past. Yeah, and it's obviously going to come out of a situation where you're going to kind of sort of say, why is that like that? And that's that curiosity that I think you do need to follow, because it is going to liberate your future. And that's where that curiosity is also going to help you to make decisions about your future according to your finances. And look at that, what comes out of your future. Look at that compared with that. You know what I mean? That's not, you wouldn't say, yeah, I'll have a dose of that, please, would you? You don't say, I'll have a dose of that. And I think this is really past stuff, but that's still vaguely in your life. Once you get it out of your life, because that with the future energies there was playing outside of all of this, that's entangling you, and you've got to make a decision. I think it's a no-brainer. There's these 3 cups that are spent, and I think this is what I was feeling out of there. If you take the 3 cups out of that curiosity side, you get disappointment. And you may well be disappointed with a company that you're working with, or a partner that you're working with, or something that you're connected with. Once you get past that, actually there's 2 cups there. And I think actually you've got a lot more control over your future than you think. That's what I think that's what the main thing comes out of this. Once you realise those 2 cups behind you, there's a whole new world to discover. And this has been the same for everybody. You're not on your own here. All the signs are getting this types of reading. All the signs are getting this types of reading. It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, you have a lot more control than you think. Let's see what's going on the Light Seers card. Yeah, I think the moment you are become a little bit more discerning, and I think that's more sort of on your financial side than on your relationship side, to be honest, but there is a degree of that as well. Once you become a lot more discerning, that's when you're going to get your victories. You're going to get your just desserts. And I think the overall energy, as I said, I think there's something that's building up inside you, something that's really solid. And these decisions that you've got to make, this approach to life you've got to make, is going to affect you for a long time in the future. And there is a great opportunity on your karmic path. It's tied into that. I think it's time to sort the chaff from the wheat in your personal life. Not in a horrible way, not turning up to someone sort of saying, oh, I don't like you, go away. Just follow the people that you want to be involved with. They may be there occasionally, but you're not instigating it. That's what it's all about. So it will just gradually, it's like you stop watering a plant in your house. That plant will die because it's got no more water. And that's exactly the sort of thing. Stop nurturing something that's no good to you. Take control of your future. This is the moment, and the universe is really encouraging you to do this. Take your control of your future, but with both hands here. That is totally you, the King of Wands. Being a leader, saying goodbye to all doubts. So I think you need to be very discerning about where you put your time, money and effort. With the 9 of Wands, you get the 5 of Cups. Very similar sort of things. Healthy boundaries here. There's 8 of Wands behind that person there who's standing with that 1 wand, which is what that is all about, going off on that mission, owning your own future. That is those healthy boundaries, the information or the communication that comes in from the universe, which helps to impose those boundaries. And it stops you from being disappointed, or it helps you to see where you're disappointed in life. And then you can concentrate only on the good side, those 2 of Cups that are worth it, basically. And you taking your own path comes out of the decisions you make that gives you healing of your heart. And I think the decisions actually of you taking a pathway of following your happiness in your life is affecting your financial wealth. And I think it's obvious what parts of your career path, business and job and all of that malarkey that just doesn't work, or it doesn't add up, you know. And I think because you're taking this direction in your life, your personal life, it's forcing the hand on your financial side. And this healing that comes through, this regrouping of yourself, which is the regrouping of that, once you start regrouping, that's when you're going to step yourself into a whole new world of balance, of everything being in harmony. Because the world has got everything. It's got all the passion, it's got all the emotions, it's got all the wealth, the material that you need. It's got all the mental stimulation that you need. It's a real beautiful place to start with. This is a whole fresh start for you. It's a clean sheet that you need to be really engaged with this week by creating this clean sheet of really, you know, clearing out a lot of clutter. On your financial side, look at that, with the 3 of Swords, you get the Four of Pentacles. You've got the 4 of Pentacles on your overall energy there with the 6 of Wands. Beautiful, exciting, sort of glow up energy, sort of success and everything like that. And this is where you're going to be able to get rid of those emotional stress and strains, because you're staying true to that inner energy of you, of being very discerning about where you put your time, money and effort into life. The moment you do that, I think you're going to root out anything that is in your financial world, in business and projects and stuff like that, of anything that is causing you harm. And it's going to take you to much calmer shores. Rooting these elements that are creating situations which are distracting you from your own success. And once you realize that, that's when you can really start kind of going, right, now I know, and I can see the situation clearly. I can move on to calmer shores and get a lot more success for my life. The 8 of Cups, that curious side there, on the 8 of Cups, you have an eclipse. Your sun is being eclipsed. You are being eclipsed by others or situations that are around you in your financial, your job, your business or your project world, that is stopping your happiness from shining. And that's where I think you've got a lot more control over it than you actually realise. The Empress. Do we not have the Emperor? No. The Empress card here. You're creating something new out of this Wheel of Fortune. And this is the same thing. Look, you've got the sun in the background, you've got the moon at the top there, and you've got the earth. It's all about you being eclipsing yourself. You are being eclipsed by something or someone that doesn't necessarily have your best interests at heart. And I think this is where you are in the future. You're discovering how to take back the control. And this is what you're doing this week here, by being very discerning about where you put your time, money, effort, and everything into it. I said, do we have the Emperor card? And now we do. That is what you're going from. You're going from the disappointment, because you're going to own it, to the absolute control over your Wheel of Fortune. And because of that, look at that. That is divine counterparts that's just going to give you, ultimately, the best success. And I think on your financial side, this is a lot of, it's gonna sort a lot of the chaff from the wheat, basically. And when you do, you're only left with the gold. That's all you're left with. And it's going to bring you beautiful success. The control over your material world in a very emotional and physical sense. And I think this is where, because you're choosing happiness, and it's shining a light on what's not actually working right for you in your business or your job or your material side of life. You know, where you're living, what you're doing, and, you know, the very physical things. Absolutely beautiful reading, Leo. Thanking you very much for being here. Hope you have a lovely birthday for this coming week. Don't forget, get on there and get involved. You know, be discerning about it. You know, be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. If they got a problem, that's their problem, not yours. You're honest. You can only do what you can do. And you will create an enormous amount for you. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel through the YouTube system. It's absolutely beautiful. I will see you soon, either on one of our energy videos or over on the this tarot reading. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.